Good morning, YouTube fans. This is Dr. Matthew Johnson. It is Sunday morning, June 26, 2016, 9:45 a.m. We just completed night 2 with
Mike Kincaid
from
California.
and
Steve Bachman, Buckley, Washington.
all right, gentlemen. So we have just spent our second night here in SOIA, the Southern Oregon Interaction Area. And who would like to go first with what you experienced?
I'll go first.
Okay, go for it, Steve.
Last night when we arrived here, we all sat down around our area that we have seating, have snacks, this, that, and the other, drinks, no alcohol, all water and juice. When it had just gotten dusk, well, a little past dusk, it was, but not dark. I was sitting in my chair, and that same massage on the foot that I had, that I told you the night before,
Right.
It's almost like he came there alongside my foot. I wasn't even in bed, sitting in my chair, and got that same foot massage, exactly the way he had done it before, on my left foot. It happened for about, I'd say, 10 minutes sitting there until I decided, I said, well, look, I got to get up right now. So I got up and I moved, and it went away, and that was the end of it. A little later in the evening, when it was extremely dark, and just before I went to bed, I was extremely tired from the night before because I was up from 1 to 5:30, or awake, not up. But just after it got extremely dark last night, we went up a short trail just off of our seating here, and heard not too far off in the distance, I'd say not more than 50 yards away, maybe 70, what they call an owl.
900-pound owl.
900-pound owl call. I call it more of a cross between an owl and a dog noise.
Yeah. Yes.
I can't associate it exactly the same as an owl, but I can understand where you're coming from.
Yeah.
But that between that and a dog, and it made that noise, oh, goodness sakes, I'd say close to a dozen times. So, and that was the end of my evening. I came back down from that trail a short distance from where we slept, and I hit the hay. I was just too tired.
You did. You were out real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were exhausted, I think, from the night before.
Yeah, and if anything happened during the night, I wouldn't have known because I was out.
But there's somebody else here who might know. Oh, yes.
Hi, I'm Mike Kincaid from California. Whatever Matt says happened. That's all I know.
Thanks, mindless minion. I appreciate that. Following the cult leader, the Jedi mind tricks. So go ahead, Mike.
These are not the minions you're looking for.
That's right. So while Steve was sleeping, because he was exhausted from the night before, what did you experience or hear?
Actually, I was the last one to go to bed. I was
were.
up to 2 in the morning, and Matt played his music, and I added on and played some music that I like as well.
Okay, go ahead.
I just hit him with the minion. He can defend himself.
Minion abuse. Okay,
Oh.
go ahead. I liked your music. It
I'm
sounded
just
good. Go ahead.
So what I heard was movement around the campground and stuff like that. Okay, that's kind of normal. And at nighttime when we're sleeping, you could hear movement in the campground.
Yes. Yeah.
And then sometime in the middle of the night, I heard some heavy footsteps up on the hill in one area.
Yeah.
And then down the hill, sometime in the middle of the night, I heard the same style foot stomp that we heard the prior night, which was possibly to scare a bear off.
Yep.
The same style stomp, 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 but not right next to us like it was last night.
Yeah. Yes. Right.
And then one interesting, of course, we heard the owl sounds, which were, I've heard those before. They're very loud. To me, it sounds just like an owl, but different in a way that the patterns are different, and it doesn't sort of repeat. It does set off other owls. I could hear another owl way in the distance after that owl was going on.
Right.
But then an interesting thing happened where I was walking the perimeter, and I was walking over towards Matt's truck in the dark.
Right.
And I accidentally bumped into his side mirror. As soon as I did, something blasted off right next to my left, big, and took off. And it sounded to me like it took off, like through the bushes, and it was fast. It was like boom, 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 boom. And I've experienced that kind of interaction once at SOIA, where I had my video camera.
Right.
Not with two lenses, only one.
Yes.
But I had my phone with me, and it was like we were goofing off with the portal, and we come back up, and I thought, I wonder if I put my phone on video mode, but I'm not recording. I wonder if I could see anything. So as soon as I pick up my phone and I scan, I think I was on another video, I mentioned this, I pull it over, something flew through the bushes, like horizontally, went across the 12 o'clock position. Nothing was there when it went across, but it went bam, 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 bam.
Right.
Anyway, so when the thing went crashing through the woods over there, I'm like, I'm sorry.
Right.
I didn't mean to do that.
I didn't mean to scare you. Yeah.
So Matt had finished his music, and I thought, well, I should play a song as an apology. You know, it might sound silly, but I just felt like it was the right thing to do since I enjoy music. So I went and got my speaker, and I was trying to set it up, and I was going back in that area again, I don't know, 5 minutes later, and something else exploded from that same area and shot down the hill. And so I felt doubly sorry.
Right.
So I played 2 songs.
Yes. Yeah.
In that area.
Yeah.
But that was pretty significant because there was nothing that would do what I experienced right there, other than, you know, something that, I mean, it wasn't a bear, wasn't a deer, wasn't a, you know, it was intelligent, and it was scared of me. So.
Okay. Anything else you two would like to add before I say a couple things about what I experienced last night?
No, I'm good.
Any Jedi mind tricks played? Yeah. Okay, so I also heard that owl dog type thing, and we just, you know, playfully called a 900-pound owl, Steve. And for those of you watching, this is Steve's second night out squatching ever in your life, right?
Absolutely.
Right. So you have stepped from armchair observer on the internet and YouTube watcher to out here in SOIA with Mike and me, and
second night.
And things are like just blowing off the charts, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So just so you know, we playfully call them 900-pound owls. They're not owls. It's a squatch. And it, as Mike said, there wasn't a pattern that would, if you were to sit down and listen to various owl calls on the internet, what the pattern that was going on last night was not a standard typical owl. And it also had 900-pound lungs, right? Woo-hoo! It was not a little screech bird type thing. So I heard that along with these two guys. Also heard footsteps around camp. We had Bambi bedded down behind us at the 6 o'clock position, who felt safe being with us. Bambi's been hanging out with us, so that was cool.
Oh, and by the way, if anybody thinks that Bambi might have been what exploded off like that, right?
Yeah.
It was not Bambi doing that.
Yeah, you had flat-footed steps running off, right?
Yeah,
not little deer hooves running off.
Well, no, it exploded through the bushes, but then even afterwards, it was too tall to be a Bambi.
Too tall to be a Bambi, okay. So, I also saw some eye glow from time to time when I was working the perimeter with the music. I believe you said, I just remembered this, that you got poked once when you were out there.
Oh, yeah, I did. When I was coming back in the campground area, felt like something poked the back of my leg. So
Right. And that happens, and that tends to be the younger juveniles being playful. They're the ones that come in closer. Steve, by the way. Yeah. Juveniles in the adolescents come in closer. The adults tend to stay back a little bit. So anyway, and I just had, just so everyone knows my experience, I have these really fine-tuned, and they're being honed more and more, spidey senses of, they were just around us. Like we were surrounded by a lot of, yeah.
The only
Yes, Stevie, go ahead.
the one disappointment I have to say that I have
Yeah,
is that all of you
yeah.
can't experience this.
Oh, you're
or
not
have
talking
it.
to me. Okay, you're talking to the
Yes.
YouTube watchers.
I'm
So,
talking to the YouTube
okay, work the
watchers.
camera, buddy. What do you want to tell them?
Well, I just want to say that, and it really bugs me. It almost seems unfair that I'm the guy that gets to experience just unbelievable things that happened the last 2 nights, and especially the first night. I can't even compare last night to the first night. But my biggest disappointment is all of you don't get a chance, or maybe get a chance, and those who don't, it's too bad that you don't, because it's an overwhelming experience. That's what I'd like to say.
Okay. Thank you, Steve. Anything you or your minion friends would like to add to that, Mike?
Only that I think they do have the opportunity. It's more the approach. They have to have the right approach.
Definitely the approach, yes.
So that you're saying they have the opportunity to go out in their own areas
Yeah.
and experience what we're experiencing if they would only change their approach to
And
what they're doing.
There's more people than just a Dr. J who are having this stuff happen, and they can
Yes.
make friends with those other people and
Yes.
go visit those areas, but
Yes.
they have to go with the right heart,
Right heart.
right intent,
Yep.
and you're not trying
I
to
think
take
so.
pictures. I found one, you know.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's not about going on the internet and saying, "Oh, look what I got," you know. It's about coming out here and experiencing stuff. So.
Yeah. It's experiencing and developing a relationship
Yeah.
versus proving and fame.
And that could come too, but that's not the point.
Yeah.
The point is to come out here and do that. So proving could still happen.
Could still happen, yeah, but that's not the point.
Screw the fame stuff.
Right. Yep. Okay, gentlemen, we have things to do today and more fun to have tonight. So we're going to get moving. Thanks for watching this, everybody. Don't forget to watch the 100 plus videos down below. Leave your comments. If they're positive and supportive and interactive, I'll leave them there. If you're being bad and negative, I'm not posting it, and you're being banned from the channel from posting. So just keep that in mind. No trolls allowed. Gentlemen, you were great. Let's go have some fun. Hasta la bye-bye, YouTube fans. This is Dr. J signing off.